One item under a consent calendar. Is there a motion to approve regular session minutes from October 15th, 2018?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Support.
Moved and supported. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Okay, we've approved the consent calendar. Okay. Items for individual discussion. A discussion of update on 608 Austin Avenue. Director Tracy.
I'm Tracy, Director of Planning, Building and Code. 608 Austin Ave, we received a request from Calhoun County to pay for the demolition in advance. You had the paperwork there in front of you, or I believe you do. The breakdown, as we talked about previously, is ABMT costs, which was for the group that went in to do the removal of the asbestos where the gentleman wound up falling through the floor, so that's $125. Demo cost originally was $16,800. The change costs, since they have to remove all the materials to appropriate landfills, is additional $3,000, which is actually less than the original abatement cost of removing it and containerizing that section. And then the administrative cost of $1,250 for a total of $21,175. So the county has asked if we would pay that so they can proceed on and have the money and funds to pay the contractors. They have to give 10 days notice to NESHAP, excuse me, before the demolition starts. And we're probably looking at, from my understanding, is 2 to 3 weeks out that the actual demolition would happen.
Excellent. Are there any questions from council? Okay. Oh, Councilmember French.
So we've already approved this, correct?
Yes.
So this is just an update.
This is just an update on where it's at and what they've requested.
Seeing no, thank you so much.
Thanks, John.
Okay. Item B, request approval of tax tribunal settlement.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Attorney Harkness.
So this settlement, as we discussed, involves the Albion mini storage located at 924 Austin Avenue. An action was filed in the Michigan Tax Tribunal appealing the assessed value of the property. In conferring with our assessor and counsel for the plaintiff, we've come to a tentative agreement pending council approval that the true cash value of the property be assessed at $255,000 for the 2018 tax year. So both sides are in agreement. I've conferred with our finance director on this. In terms of financial impact to the city, it'll end up lowering the taxes collected for this particular piece of property by about $1,200. I think it's $1,290 just for the 2018 tax year.
Okay. Councilmember French.
And it will be reassessed annually or biannually, or how's that?
It can be reassessed for future tax years. I'm not sure at what increment our assessor does that, but it can be reassessed.
Okay. Thank you.
Is there any further discussion from council this evening? Okay. Seeing none, I'd ask for a roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Barnes?
Yes.
Reed?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Lawler?
Yes.
Spicer?
Yes.
French?
Yes.
And Mayor Brown.
Yes. Item C, we've approved the settlement regarding the tax tribunal with the discussed property. Item C, just a discussion, approval of budget study session dates. I believe the suggested time would be 7, like on normal council meetings. Are there any issue with these dates? Councilmember Brown.
Thank you, Mayor. So Thursdays do not work for me.
Okay.
I have a scheduling conflict with my son's college classes, so
Okay.
Thursday evenings are.
Okay.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, I will not be there.
Okay. Councilmember French.
I think since I'm the one who is guaranteed not to be here after December 1st, would ask that we send these dates to the candidate for Precinct 6 to make sure that his availability is also, I think, given that he will be the one approving the budget, that he should probably be present. I would also say that other candidates for council seats should probably be invited to at least sit in on those meetings.
Okay.
Just so everyone, when they approve the budget,
Okay.
can have all the appropriate information so that they can make informed decisions about the budget.
Okay. So for the sake of brevity, what I'll do is ask the manager and staff to maybe do a doodle poll, include the various individuals, and then we know that Tuesdays and Thursdays will be bad, so maybe Mondays and Wednesdays, some configuration of that. Okay, thank you all. Okay, Councilmember French.
I would argue if you create that doodle poll on Wednesday, you'll have to send it to fewer people.
That's fine, yeah. Future agenda items. Are there future agenda items from council this evening? Councilmember French.
It would be lovely if we could actually come to an agreement and vote on our council rules.
Okay, absolutely. Any other future agenda items? Attorney Harkness.
I'll have to confer with Director Tracy, but assuming we get the code update estimates,
Okay.
that.
We are currently working on that. We have pushed those dates back to ensure that I've had a chance to review all of the zoning regulations that we are putting in place. There was no one on staff that had a zoning background other than myself. So to ensure that we have the city's best interests forward, I asked for Director Tracy to push those meetings back until I had the opportunity to review all of the adjustments or amendments to the zoning ordinance. So once I've done that, I will send them to Attorney Harkness for further review.
Also, the second reading of the Code of Ethics. I have intended to have that on here this evening, but okay. Seeing no further agenda items. Oh,
This is for the next, I would
Yes,
like
ma'am.
to, in precinct 2, it seems as though every time there's bad weather, like storms and stuff like that, precinct 2 always loses electricity. So I didn't know if it was up to me or if I should notify someone that maybe we should have Commissioner Powers check the transistor
Okay.
in precinct 2. I've also had other people contact me about the fact that every time there's a storm, it's precinct 2 where the electricity goes up.
okay.
Yeah.
We'll refer that to the manager.
I'll take care of it. I'll look into it and I'll give you a call on tomorrow.
Okay. Seeing no future agenda items, everyone is here. Public comments, persons addressing the City Council, we ask that you limit your comments to no more than 3 minutes. We ask that you observe proper decorum. Are there any citizens' comments this evening? Oh, please state your name and address also. Thank you. And as one last thing, the council will not directly respond to questions. Our opportunity to respond will be during the mayor and council member comments.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Wayne Arnold, 906 Hall Street. Tomorrow I will be volunteering to transport seniors and individuals who do not have transportation to the polls. I'll start scheduling pickups at 9 o'clock, and it'll run until the polls close at 8 o'clock. So you may contact me at 269-589-2006. Again, that's 269-589-2006. I had a question, and this is just due to my own curiosity. Are there laws or bylaws that prohibit local candidates or city council members from expressing their political party affiliation? And I know you answered that at that particular time. And lastly, in regards to the mayoral race, I don't have a dog in this fight, but whomever wins, I would hope that that they move Albion forward in a progressive manner. Also, like I say, other than that, good luck to all the candidates in City of Albion and State of Michigan. Let's get it.
Thank you. Are there any further public comments this evening?
No.
Okay. Okay, seeing no further public comments, city manager report.
Good evening, everyone. I want to say that I'm delighted again to be here. I'm excited about all the things that's going on, and I found that I've been the talk of the town, which is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. But what I want to say is that the things that I've been putting in place mainly deal with the security of my staff. And there's been talk about signing in, coming to City Hall. Anytime one of my staff members look up and there's someone standing behind them and no one knew that they were in the building, it's 2018. I'm concerned about the security of my staff and the individuals in this town. So I will put forth any and all safety measures that I need to do to ensure their safety. So I understand that people have been upset about signing in. I can't have people walking into the city clerk's office and she look up and someone's standing behind her and she didn't know that they were there. So I understand that people have been upset about those things. I apologize, but it's what it is. I have to protect the safety of the individuals in this building. Secondly, I want to talk about the city had a $1.6 million SAW grant. I don't have all of the documentation from the grant. However, the grant was signed off as being completed. It's not completed. I'll tell you today, the city manager is not the bad guy, but I have to raise the water rates because right now, we are not in compliance with state law because the water department cannot sustain itself. And this should have been done before I came here. It was not. And I apologize that my predecessors did not handle this, but it's a situation that we must deal with regarding our water rates. So there'll be further comment and further mailings that go out from our office and from the staff, but I want to say this up front. According to state law, we have to have a self-sustaining water department, and currently we do not. So I have to ensure that we do that. It has not been done. And I want to make sure that we are abiding by all state law and regulations. So if someone's upset, I apologize, but this is the current state that we're in at this moment. And if you have questions, you can call me here at City Hall, come see me. I have open door policy, make an appointment. You can call Jill or Haley, and either one of them will ensure that you can get with me. But I wanted to put that out there early on so you'll know what's going to be happening in the next few months. That will be all, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on now to Mayor and council member comments. Councilmember Barnes.
I would like to share with the public and the council that I have received several phone calls, and I've had some employees and some shakers and movers stop at Campaign Central Corner and talk to me about the city manager and some changes. And I've stated that we have to give her a chance to do her job. She is manning the ship as a city manager, and she does handle the day-to-day operations. There is a curve in all of this, and at some point in time, people will recognize the change. And it's not up to council, particularly me, to go to her with your concerns. She has contacted me a few times, and we have talked candidly. She invited me into a semi-staff meeting with some of the employees and management. And they told me face-to-face their concerns and some of the rumors that are spreading in Albion that came to me were not true. The employees looked me in the face and told me their situations concerning staying, leaving, the day-to-day operations. Some of them were truly overwhelmingly happy. Some of the other ones who decided to do exit interviews at some point in time stated it was not the city manager. It was some other situations in their lives that moved them forward. And some of the shakers and movers of our community contacted me, and there was some very rough conversation between myself and them. And I was telling them, City Council hired her in 6-1. I was the dissenting vote. I voted against her. However, for her to be successful, I must get behind her and try to help her, help Albion be successful, and that's what I'm going to do. So a few of the shakers and movers are upset with me now, but council selected her, and I have to support her. Thank you.
Are there any further comments? Councilmember French, Councilmember Brown. Councilmember French.
Thank you. So as we transition to our new city manager position, and welcome Ms. Rufus as always, and I too was invited by Ms. Rufus to attend a staff meeting with the department heads and mirror what Councilman Bennett had said. So one of the things that I've heard from my constituents is not getting responses from you, and so my question is, what's the best way? So is email, because email doesn't
Email
seem...
is great.
Email is great, okay.
Mostly
Okay.
anybody that's contacted me in the last few weeks, I've been able to respond via email rather
Okay.
quickly. So
Okay,
if they email me, that would be fantastic.
okay. That's good, because we've tried phone calls, they said, and they don't get...
The phone system is currently being changed here at City Hall,
Okay.
and Chief Kip is working on changing our phone system. So for me, if you need me right away, email is the best way.
Okay, thank you.
Councilmember Brown.
Thank you, Mayor. Just to piggyback off Councilmember Burns and French, Ms. Rufus, you are appreciated. You walked into a very difficult situation. You did hit the ground running. Council hired you, and not only do we need to get behind you, this community needs to get behind you. I don't know how a divided community can expect to move forward. So at some point, we need to work it out, figure it out, support our city manager, and make Albion the community that we all want to see. So, thank you.
Thank you. Last comment here, I guess. Want to just remind everyone that tomorrow is the general election for 2018, and I believe the polls are open from 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and please go and check that you're at the right polling location. And if you're not, the staff and her abled, or the clerk and her able staff will be able to point you to the right location. We hope that you all get out and vote, because that's so essential and important to a functioning democracy is to vote. There was one question about the nonpartisan thing. To my understanding, that just means that I don't, the candidates don't identify as that. I think if other outside bodies want to do certain things, they're permitted to do that. So, we can talk after the meeting. So, seeing no further comments, I'd ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there a second? All those in favor say yes? Yes. Any opposed? Ooh, okay. Well, we had a little, I'm going to.
Motion fails.
Well, we'll do, we can always do a roll call to stop it. We'll do a roll call real quick to stop it.
So moved.
Okay,
Support.
okay, we'll do a roll call on adjournment. So no is to not adjourn.
It is.
No is to stop and adjourn. Yeah.
Ready.
Yes, ma'am.
Councilmember Reed?
Here.
Yes.
I am here.
He said yes.
Did you say?
Yes.
That's to adjourn.
This is to revoke the
We're basically, because we did a voice
Oh,
vote, I can ask for a roll call vote, and if we want to permit that, we're gonna have to,
So if I say no, then he has a chance.
we can do that, yes.
Brown,
No.
Lawler,
No.
Spicer,
No.
French,
Well, let me,
Okay.
no,
Barnes,
No.
and Mayor Brown.
No, I'm gonna ask council, we're gonna, to amend the agenda, we need 5 votes, just to place an item between adjournment and mayor council member comments, just from a report from our county commissioner. Councilmember French.
so I would move that we add agenda item 16 between mayor and council member comments and the adjournment to allow our county commissioner to have the floor.
Support.
Okay, and we're gonna do a voice vote. All those in favor say yes?
Yes.
Yes. Any opposed? Okay.
Mayor, point of order, please, prior to the county commissioner, may I say something, please?
Well, first of all, let me say I do apologize. There were 2 deer accidents, honestly, on the way from Homer to Albion tonight, so in my other meetings. That's fortunately I was not, so that's a good thing, but it's just, and I apologize. Mr. Mayor, council members, City Manager Rufus, welcome officially. Absolutely, this is my first opportunity to be here to become city manager. Certainly welcome. Clerk Domingo, residents of the City of Albion, and the folks watching this evening, good evening. My name is Gary Tompkins, York County Commissioner, and it's always a pleasure to be with you each and every month. And again, I do appreciate you willing to adjust your agenda for me, and I do apologize for being tardy this evening. I'll be as brief as I can because everybody's ready to go, I know. First and foremost, Calhoun County Recycling. As many of you may know, November 1st, Calhoun County Recycling announced new hours of operation for the Albion site. The hours of operation are now Monday, 9 a.m. to noon, Wednesday, 10 to 6, and the first Saturday of every month from 9 to noon. I'm going to be real quick this evening. My monthly newsletter, most of you folks get my monthly newsletter each and every month. If you're not on the email list, you'd like to be part of it, please drop me a line. Hard copies are available at the Albion District Library. It's a great resource to know what's going on in and around the 7th District as well. In the newsletter this month, on page 3, 4, and 5, I actually we put out there the 2018 apportionment report that was approved by the Board of Commissioners just recently, and specifically for the City of Albion, I actually saw a 1 mil reduction actually in their millage, which is a very positive thing for your taxpayers. On there also I included the top 10 highest millages in Calhoun County as well as the top 10 lowest millages in Calhoun County as well, and all the changes relative to the taxing jurisdictions. And then finally, to kind of piggyback off what the mayor said this evening, tomorrow is, in fact, as a matter of fact, I checked my phone last for about 10 and a half hours till 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, so we're on the countdown. So, it's been an absolute pleasure and honor the last 2 years to represent the residents of the 7th District, including the great people of the City of Albion. I've met more incredible people in my 2 years just going out and engaging with people, and it's been such a pleasure to do so. As you folks know, I'm a 6th-generation resident. My family settled in Albion in 1860, and we've been on the east side of the county ever since. So I've taken that vested interest in my home, in my area, and like I said, it's an honor to represent you each and every day. You know, one of the things that comes to mind is when people tell me it can't happen, I'm a firm believer that it can happen. I always never like when people tell you it can't. If I may indulge just for one moment. Those of you may know the intersection at the corner where Jolly Green Junction is at. Everybody know where that intersection is, and we know how dangerous of an intersection that is. About 4 months ago, I was told, because we started investigating a potential blinking light there, I was told, don't worry about it, Gary, it can't happen. They're never going to do it. Well, that's problematic for me, especially as I sit there at that corner when I got a text message from the owner that stated yet there was another accident there. And for me, a broken kneecap and a concussion is serious. But apparently not serious enough to change. You know, we looked at probably close to 60 accidents in that area over the last 10, 15 years. So with that being said, I contacted some of the legislators, and we actually got some things moving. And hopefully I'll be able to report in the spring of 2019 that we will actually have a blinking light there. Excellent. Because I don't want to see, as you guys, and it affects the City of Albion too, because as I looked at that, and I was standing there watching it with the owner, I saw 3 buses turn that corner. And I never want to see our children, you know, when somebody blows a stoplight or something like that, blows a stop sign, and those children are the first ones, and now we're going to be reactive in government. We should be proactive. So we don't want to see our children be hurt, and it can easily happen. So rather than see a life of somebody lose their life, let's do something positive. So hopefully as we continue, I'll really push the issue, and we do have the MDOT's attention, and they are looking very seriously at it. I would be very happy to hopefully report in the spring that there'll be a blinking light there to hopefully help us out collectively. So just wanted to indicate that, because it really is about, I hate that when people tell me that it can't happen. Don't ever do it. It can't happen. It can happen. You know, and with that being said, as each and every one of you, including the residents of the city of Albion, go to the polls tomorrow, and you're right, voting is essential to our democracy, and I encourage everybody to get out there and do that. But I would like to take a moment and just take for a moment and think about the candidate for county commissioner that is here for you each and every day. I'm not here just at election season and I go away. As you guys know, I'm out in the community all the time, and I do my best to try to answer any questions or help in any way I can, especially for the people of the city of Albion as well. So just something to consider. Also tomorrow, I wish all of you the best of luck tomorrow in your elections. Again, it's democracy at its finest, and seeing it, and I'm proud to be part of it, and hopefully be able to continue to be your county commissioner for another 2 years. So with that being said, again, I do thank you folks for having the opportunity to allow me to speak this evening. You guys all have a great evening. Thank you very much.
And just I want to take a point of privilege and just give, there was one last thing that the manager didn't remember during her comments.
Yes.
Yes.
I just want to say that sometimes we don't give our elected officials their just due. And I want to thank each and every one of the councilmen, councilwomen on this board. Councilwoman Reed, especially Councilwoman Brown, Councilwoman Spicer, Councilwoman Lawler, Councilman French, and Councilman Barnes. Every single one of them have been able to come to my office. They've accepted my calls. They've been able to help me through this process of transition. I've had staff meetings. They've come in, they've talked to me, they listened to the staff to see exactly what's going on. I understand that someone coming in new, it's always a change. I got it. But I want to thank every one of you from the bottom of my heart for your support and coming in, talking to the staff, and just allowing them to tell you what has happened prior to me coming here. They did not have that option. So even the department heads, I just want to tell you, Mr. Mingo, Mr. Tracy, Mr. Phillips, and everybody back there, Mr. Williams. Everybody, all of the staff members have been so supportive of me coming, and they've been thankful for the fact that I've been able to open my door to them and let them tell me exactly what's going on without any repercussion. Because I can't move forward without any one of them, and I want to tell you all, I thank each and every one of you, the chief, the deputy chief, finance director, Ms. Snyder, Mr. Mingo, everybody has been so welcoming in helping me transition in this position, and everybody hears it from me. I'm so thankful. I really am. I'm really, really thankful, and that's all I wanted to say, Mayor. I wanted to publicly thank the staff and the council members for their support.
Thank you. With that, I'd ask for a motion to
So
adjourn.
moved.
Moved and supported. All those in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Yes. This meeting's adjourned. Thank you.